problem is that you're saying anything.
What do you mean anything?
Don't speak.
Oh. Well, you were looking offended. I didn't want you to feel offended. I wasn't trying to be a dickhead. Like I wasn't trying to... No, thank God. Alright, I'm good.
Hello and welcome to the... Well, it isn't the podcast.
You banged that. That was fantastic.
Thank you. This isn't really
so
the
good.
podcast because... Well, we already recorded the podcast. We don't have mics. We just have the camera in the front seat of my car because that's just what we have this week. There is an actual episode coming out, but it won't have news attached to it. And, well, you know the 1 week that we're going to miss news? Everyone decided to do something.
Yep.
So I am joined by the strength stat to my intelligence stat, but most importantly, the Kaiju commander to my Captain Comics, Tanner Bays as always.
Good afternoon. Not good morning, but good afternoon to my nightly watchers and listeners. Only per the news. If you won't listen to the podcast, if you listen to it at night, you're built different. I'm strictly morning people. All right.
The one time you acknowledge him is the one time
Bobby's not here.
That's great. Yeah, so we have good amount of news.
Yep.
Where do you want to start?
I'm going to start wherever my lovely co-host would love to start. That's called deflection, kids. Always deflect.
So, WWE decided they were going to release a bunch of talent.
Yes, I saw that.
They do this every year.
You didn't even tell me this. I was on... What was I on? I was on something, and I saw it, and someone was like, they released Braun Strowman, and I was like, all right, this is fake. I was on TikTok, because I saw this thing. I see these things all the time, where it's like fake news. I'm like, there's no way, and I always look it up. And then I looked it up, and it was real. And I panicked, and I called you.
Yeah, so like every year, or usually... in the few months after Mania, they call it spring cleaning, at least that's what we call it. WWE tends to release like 5 to 10 talents for whatever reason. They're normally not people who main event pay-per-views. You know, they're usually the background talent. It's not usually Braun Strowman.
Well, and respect on Aleister Black too. He's kind of
yeah.
He's
more respect on Aleister Black because the SmackDown before this happened, he came back to start a storyline with Big E.
Yeah.
Like, he attacked Big E, who's the Intercontinental Champion currently.
Yeah.
With a new character and just completely got released afterwards. Most of these names had something that they were starting to do that they dropped or were in the middle of storyline, so it's really weird. WWE is saying budget cuts, which they've been saying for all the releases they made during COVID. WWE is $1 billion company.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I just want to point this out.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe in all that, but I'm not gonna act like I know their financial situation.
Well, we'll get to that.
Braun Strowman.
The rumor behind why Braun Strowman is because back in 2019 he signed a $1 million deal with the company because of his stature. There isn't really anyone like him.
So did they just release him, or did they buy him out of his contract? Did they give him all the... Because I can't believe that there's a way that they can just release him and not pay him.
From what I understand, so they can, basically. But they have... We don't know that much. Someone probably does know that much about the contracts and has put the information out, but I don't personally know the information. They can, basically. They do it a lot. It's awesome, and it's weird because the superstars can't just leave their way out of the contract, but they can request to be released from the contract.
I can't believe that, like, some of these companies can get away with this.
Well, if you think that's bad, wait till I tell you about the no-compete clause. And...
Oh, stop.
So, well, we'll get to that.
Oh, gosh. I hope that doesn't mean what I think it means.
Back in 2019, Braun Strowman had signed a $1 million deal with WWE after his current deal was up because, you know, when he signed the current deal, he was just going to be like the big man in this faction. And by the point 2019 came around, he was main eventing, slated to win titles. Hell, not even a year ago, he was Universal Champion, which is one of the 2 top titles in the company. It seems that he had the perfect contract to release that would save the right amount of money. So see, because they don't have to pay him because they're saving money based off releasing them. To our knowledge, because they are being released from their contracts early, all these superstars are under a 90-day no-compete clause, which, by the way, never holds up in court.
Wait, so not only do they cut them out of their money that they're going to make, you then can't go do anything else for 3 months?
Yes.
This is the type of stuff that makes me not want to watch wrestling.
Those kinds of things makes me wonder if there is like a type of severance for those 90 days. Because I don't know for sure. Someone out there probably does. But normally this is the case. But every time that WWE has been brought to court on it, it's been overturned.
Okay.
The reason why it doesn't happen often is because, well, normally those who are released from their contracts early they don't have the money to go on that legal expedition. Those who do, like Brock Lesnar has done this the first time he left when he went to go to football, and then football didn't work out.
Yeah.
He needed to wrestle, but he was under 90 days. He had the money to bring him to court, and it was just thrown out. It doesn't really have a legal standing, but like maybe Braun Strowman will take him to court and it'll be done, but like I'm not expecting to see Aleister Black or Buddy Murphy take him to court over it.
When you say like the severance pay, if there was severance pay, then I guarantee you they wouldn't word it as releases and it would be worded as buyouts. Because that's what happens in the NBA when a team doesn't want to pay a dude a contract and they just want him off the books and off the team. They'll buy out his contract and he'll walk.
Yeah, I don't.
But that doesn't sound like what's going on here.
Yeah.
Also, I don't trust Vince McMahon to be any type of respectable human being.
Well, you got me there.
Why would... I just don't understand. It's Braun Strowman. It's one of your biggest names. Why... They can't just renegotiate?
I don't know. Like, I really don't know
like,
on it.
Are you telling me Braun would rather not get anything than renegotiate for less?
I think he...
Or they just not have the money to even pay him a little? Like, there's no way. They're a $1 billion company.
Yeah, well,
they effectively have a monopoly on wrestling
in America.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree with that.
And you really don't think they don't have it in Europe, or do you think does Europe have their own thing?
I mean, they're trying.
I'm gonna say
they're certainly trying.
What were the other releases?
It was the ones I know off the top of my head are Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, and Buddy Murphy.
There was that girl, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the list real quick. Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Ruby Riott.
That's who I was thinking of.
Buddy Murphy, and Satana Garrett. Satana Garrett was an NXT superstar. She was just about to get called up to SmackDown. Literally was like supposed to be debuting on SmackDown, and then this happened.
What a legend.
Ruby Riott, again, she was in the middle of some great stuff with Liv Morgan, was featured on TV every week. And is, by all means, by all accounts, probably the nicest female in that, well, was the nicest female in that locker room.
Well, nice as how? What do you mean nice?
Okay, not like that.
Damn. I was like, ain't nobody touching my girls.
Yeah. And then the last release is Lana, which I kind of...
You're just not gonna acknowledge the scenery change?
No, it's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, nothing happened.
No, we're good.
We just instant transmission, you know?
Yeah, it got hot.
It did.
Lana's both surprising and not. Like, Lana's story most recently is that she got put through a table every week until eventually she was able to put Nia Jax through a table, which, for the record, nice job on your long-term book. Lana's husband, Rusev, formerly known as Rusev, is in AEW right now, so it's not surprising that she got let go.
Oh, okay.
But, again, like, it's someone they were doing stuff with. So, the fact that they have people that they're not doing stuff with that they didn't release, it's weird. But...
So, are there rumblings of like, any underlying messages? Like, what's going on? What's the writing on the wall?
So, we're unsure about this because Vince McMahon still has a fuck ton of pride. But... recently, I think like within the past year, WWE had gotten a new president of the company. Not above Vince, of course, but because Vince is...
like a president of wrestling operations?
President of normal operations. Like, I think
okay.
New board member, like, sounds like person under Vince, basically.
Okay.
And he's been streamlining, I believe his name is Nick Khan. I know the last name is Khan because Tony Khan, owner of AEW, loves to shoot on him.
Oh, okay.
But, so I think it's Nick Khan. He has been streamlining a lot of WWE's things. Like, he pretty much took department that controlled and managed internet content, so like network content, and reduced it completely. And he was a big component in the sale to Peacock of the streaming rights. He's also a former NBC executive or board member. I don't know the exact thing. And it looks like, well, we know they're interested. NBC is extremely interested in purchasing WWE entirely.
Like it going off of TNT? Is
It's
effectively what that means?
Well, it's not on TNT. AEW is on TNT.
Oh yeah, AEW.
SmackDown is on Fox currently.
Fox, that's what I meant.
The one. They're waiting until that deal is up or close to up and looking to buy it out and put it all on NBC and buy the company entirely. That's what NBC is.
Like from Vince?
Yes.
So
the deal is current. Like
if they were to buy it, would Vince be gone?
That's what we're all sitting here. So number one, is Vince actually? Does he want to sell it? Is he willing to sell it? Because it's Vince McMahon. He got some pride.
I want him gone so bad.
NBC's been talking. No numbers have been said. No offer, to our knowledge, no offers have been put out. But financial experts have said that the deal would be valued close to $4 billion.
Me and you were talking about this, and while we were instantly transmissioning over to this new spot.
Of course.
But if all these wrestlers are gonna keep getting cut, and if it is the way that I believe it is, that they're not getting paid, they're not getting bought out, and they're just getting released.
Yeah.
You gotta just not go back. And you just gotta be the big wrestler that you are at a different company, and don't go back if they offer for you to come back.
Which you can do now. That's not something that could be done like 10 years ago. But
I think at this point, I'm a casual, right?
Yeah.
I'm the casual fan. If you don't go to AEW, it doesn't matter. In the United States.
Yeah.
If you are a US fan, if they're not wrestling in AEW, you don't care and you don't say them. If you want to be big in Europe or in Asia, you can go New Japan or do something in Europe. I don't even know.
It's quite literally the indie scene is on fire, and that's about it.
Yeah. So
in a good way.
If you don't go to AEW, I don't want to say your talents are wasted or it's a fault effort, but it kind of is. Like WWE has this monopoly-esque thing. You have to bring competition. So if they're gonna let you go, if they don't value you enough to try to at least, I don't know, maybe they did or whatever happens. If a company releases you, they're telling you we don't care. We don't care enough about to keep you around. You are more worth it to us to not be employed by us than for us to try to do something to keep you here.
Yeah.
It's the most disrespectful thing a company can do. Go somewhere else.
Yeah. And I'll slide in and on a whim of it say that I think New Japan is most of their popularity is in Japan, but they have started to reach over into the US in the ways that WWE has really tried to expand out as well.
But AEW's already here. It's already the proven product. Like AEW has a fan base. If you were to go to New Japan and you still live here, and like you're not going to get recognized for being a New Japan wrestler.
Not in the way that you would to be a WWE
If you went
wrestler.
to this is what I'm saying. If you go to AEW from WWE, you get released, you go to AEW. There is a higher chance of you being recognized as AEW World Champ, whatever their title is, AEW World Champion Braun Strowman, than going to New Japan and then still being here and walking outside and getting recognized like, oh, you're Braun Strowman, you got released by WWE. That's going to be the equivalent.
That's going to be the case either way. Because John Moxley still gets it. It's formerly known as Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
The fact that I have to tell you that is a case for it, but you get my point. John Moxley is a former AEW World Champion.
Yeah, but now he's back in WWE.
No, he isn't. He's still in AEW.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know. Who are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of McIntyre, my bad.
Okay, no, not
Dean
McIntyre.
Ambrose is the real skinny dude, right? With the beard?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if skinny's the way I call him anymore. Dean Ambrose had an insane body transition at one point.
I just know at one point.
Yeah.
When I saw him one time, he just looked like a bearded, scruffy trailer park dude.
Yeah.
But still, I think your chances are probably better in AEW. If you want to be an American commodity.
Yeah.
What I'm saying.
Which I don't...
I'm not saying it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
But I think it could be if we continue if they're going to keep buying these old legends and bringing them in for a couple of runs, and then you're going to take the mismanaged talent that they have and bringing them over, and you're trying to build a brand, plus with the people that you have already, that you could not only take the legends to have them impart some wisdom on these cats that you have already, plus they're still going to mentor and do what they do.
Yeah.
You could try to build up something that could at least WWE has to think about, because it's not probably in neither of our lifetimes. It's probably not going to be as big. There's no way.
Depends on how it goes, and I only say this because AEW in the past year has established working relationships with those international companies we've mentioned. So, like,
I don't see a way where WWE continues to release this caliber of talent that we got in the last 2 cuts.
Okay, probably not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they were to consistently do that, then maybe. But if not, because then you got to work with the old dudes and the, like, kind of B-tier talent they release at most, plus your kids, and then they still have their Seth Rollinses and their Roman Reigns and whoever they decide to make the next big thing, if they ever do, or they'll have The Rock wrestle when he's 80. So, like, we don't really know
If they can make another next big thing.
Yeah, that will be the downfall of WWE if they can't move forward with somebody who's not big right now.
We've been talking about wrestling for a while.
I was like, yeah.
As much as I love it, there is other news to get to.
We do have other news we have to get to.
So we weren't originally going to do any news video for this because we had said on the last podcast episode that went out, which will be out by the time this video goes out, isn't out as of recording. That's fine. That the new runs for both Al Ewing and Donnie Cates would have been announced. And originally we were just going to discuss, I was just going to say, check out Zach's Twitter for some thoughts. But it just so happens to be such a way that
it went banana bongo crazy.
First of all, Donnie Cates wins Twitter.
Yes.
First of all, him announcing, it's like, I'm just going to announce it next week if Marvel doesn't. And then the artist team for the Al Ewing book being like, yeah, we'll do the same. And them just like having a thing, it's like, no one really cares. And everyone's just like, no, we'll care. And then it gets to the day before they're going to announce it. Cates is like, me and my wife are going to go on vacation for our anniversary, but they'll announce it tomorrow. Don't worry. Marvel said that they'll do it for me. I just love that Donnie Cates is going to announce his next book. After being done with Venom, he's going to announce this next book and leave. So first, for the sake of it, Cates, current writer of Thor, also the writer of Absolute Carnage and King in Black and Cosmic Ghost Rider, Silver Surfer Black. I know most of Cates' work because this is who I am. Also, he has been writing Venom 200, which comes out soon as his final issue of Venom. And then Al Ewing is the Immortal Hulk writer. Do you know anything else that he writes?
The Al Ewing's Ultimates. He did the Ultimates.
He did the Ultimates. He did some Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
I believe so.
I just know he did. That wasn't a question.
Oh, okay.
He actually took it over when Cates did Guardians of the Galaxy, which is when that team that I read you the one night, the run where that team was introduced started with Bendis. That team got introduced when Cates took over.
Oh, jeez.
So just for the sake of that, I might have to read some of it, but it's fine. So, Marvel, the day comes and Cates is just like, they're announcing the book at some point, I don't know when, and he's kind of building up. And then Ewing's gets announced. Al Ewing is taking over Venom from Donnie Cates. Now, you know more about this than I do, because you know more about his writing.
It's gonna be something. Taking over, okay, so Al Ewing, I think, is one of the, it's not the best Hulk run. Immortal Hulk is not the best Hulk run. That's just my personal opinion. It also might be I'm just in love with the World War Planet Hulk, that whole storyline. I think it's the perfect one. It's my favorite. Al Ewing is really good at the mental side of Thor and all the like the mindscapes and all the what did I just say?
Thor.
I didn't mean Thor. I'm sorry. Hulk. And he's real good at all the personalities and going into these different dimensions and stuff like that. And with what we just got with Null and like the deeper meaning behind everybody who's had a symbiote, how the symbiotes communicate, like everything that happens, like the whole Null, like the whole part in Venom where Eddie Brock is like dead, and then there's Flash Thompson comes out, and then the other old black guy, I don't remember his name, but the like original Venom symbiote holder guy. Do you know who I'm trying to say? It's this black dude. We're introduced to him in the earlier on in the run.
Okay.
And they're on this space.
There's a new original holder of the Venom symbiote?
It might not be Venom, but I know it's some symbiote.
Okay.
He had a symbiote, because I think Brock goes and talks to him earlier on in the story.
Okay, I didn't read all of King in Black.
Okay, yeah. So there's this other dude. They're all there, and it's this world where Null is like taking over the symbiotes are going over people, taking control of them, and you could see all the bodies lined up. That kind of like pocket dimension thing, Al Ewing is so good with, especially his art team. They're always good at that type of stuff.
And it's not just Al Ewing on this book. It's another acclaimed writer that is there, who I was in my head. I'm going to look him up real quick if you want to keep gassing up Al Ewing.
So Ewing is just really good. Ewing is, his stuff is weird sometimes and a little convoluted and confusing, but if you give the time to really just understand what he's saying and to read into a couple of things, it's so good. His Immortal Hulk run is my second favorite run of all time, and like it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. Absolutely, just I'm so excited for you, or for and just Venom fans. What are we looking
I'm trying to find. So he is teaming up with Ram V, who I know that a lot of these books are good, but they're not things that I read. But it looks like he's a big Justice League Dark writer, which I think lines up with Venom pretty well.
Dark is pretty good. Swamp Thing.
Yeah, some Swamp Thing stuff.
In 2020.
A lot of Future State. He did a lot of the Future State stuff, it looks like. Along
Did a Quake comic?
Yeah, along with a lot of Image comic stuff. From what I understand, from just like my readings on Reddit, he's pretty damn good. So that
that's cool.
Hopefully that ends up being a match made in heaven.
Yeah, and then yeah.
So Kate's keeps teasing us all day. That comes out, and it looks like that Marvel had stopped announcements. So someone tweets Kate's, and he's just like, "Does that mean that your announcement is tomorrow?" And he's just like, "Nah, give it like 30 minutes."
I love Kate.
Cue the timer where everyone is just going mad. So we think it's anyone else. People are saying Spider-Man, Avengers, maybe a Beta Ray Bill offshoot, like anything. Where they're just throwing stuff at the wall. Just like, it could be any of these things. And Kate's fucking, someone tweeted his one thing to where like, the suspense is killing me. He just tweeted at him like a gif of Willy Wonka saying, "His suspense is real, sure hope it holds." Like, just being a bit of a dick about it. Not like in a bad way, we love him. And then like, he just posts a thing, it's like, "All right, with all that said, I have one question for you guys." A few minutes passes, I'm like checking my phone every minute. I'm at work, after every stop I'm looking at my phone. And it's announced, Al Ewing isn't just taking over for Kate's is taking over for Ewing, and he's writing Hulk. His response to us was just like, "Do you like me when I'm angry?" And then a Hulk gif.
I love that. And
he is teamed up with, is his name Ryan Ottley? Is the artist from Invincible.
Yes, yeah.
And he did a nice heartfelt thing.
Wait, what?
That's the artist from the Invincible. Didn't you read the whole thing I sent you?
I saw Smastronaut and I got too excited.
That was a different thing.
How to read.
So he did 2 tweet chains. One was, I can't give you too much information about the run, but one word, Smastronaut.
Which is sick.
Someone asked if there's going to be a friendly fight between Hulk and Thor, and Kate's one reply to it was, "I don't know if it'd be friendly."
If anybody who knows me, if you listen to the podcast, I love Cosmic Marvel. So if we put Hulk in space, I'm excited.
It's going to be wild, and well, the comic shop already has it added to my pull box, so it's fine.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hulk in space is just sick.
Yeah. Kate's it was a very long form tweet. I sent you these too, where he was talking about how much Kirkman and Ottley mean to him as creators, because he used to run a comic shop when Invincible was being released, and that he would spend his lunch break reading them. And now he not only works for Kirkman under his imprint, he now is having a chance to work with Ottley, which just cool because it's the Invincible crew. So it's cool to see. We've seen the cover, and then we've seen a page. I know I've sent you the cover.
Yeah, I saw the cover.
It looks good.
Yeah, I wonder.
They seek to find the answer to his uncontrollable rage, is the blurb that Marvel gave.
Yeah, I wonder.
Which is very not telling.
I wonder I wonder what this is going to be. I wonder if this is going to be just Hulk, or if he's going to take the Hulk family. For those who don't know who the Hulk family is, it's like, obviously it's like She-Hulk. Betty Ross is usually a part of it. Usually the gamma radiation bunch. So like probably Doc Samson. I don't know if they'll bring Doc Samson. I honestly don't know where A-Bomb is. Not Abomination, but A-Bomb.
Yeah, the blue one.
Yeah, I don't know where A-Bomb is, because I don't remember seeing him at any point in Al Ewing's book. But A-Bomb is actually really cool.
Isn't that the kid who was with Hulk when he got his abilities.
The guy that Bruce Banner drives out and gets out of the zone.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I know the name.
Yeah.
I don't know the name.
I can't remember.
I recognize that the
I've been
names are
trying
the
to go through my brain to find the name, but I'm not going to remember it.
Yeah.
I'm just too excited that Donnie Cates is taking over my book.
Not Donna and Cates.
Not Donnie and Cates, like I thought, but it's Donnie Cates.
Yeah.
Bro, this is fantastic. This is like, for any of my NBA fans, this is like the Trae Young, Luka Doncic trade. They're both fantastic players, right?
Yeah.
They got traded for each other on draft night. Trae Young is an all-star, 26-7 point per game scorer. And Luka Doncic is one of the greatest players that we've ever seen. So they're both W's, but I definitely won.
Yeah.
I love Al Ewing, but Donnie Cates has made some bangers, and I think he's going to be fantastic.
I'm really into seeing what he does with Hulk, especially some of the stuff that you've told me about how some of the characters have ended up in Ewing's run, like
He's so good.
like what you've been telling me about what Joe Fixit has ended up being.
Yeah.
You have anything else to say about that?
Do I have anything else to say about
comics?
the greatest writer of all time? No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Well, no, I don't have anything else to say. I'm just excited.
Okay.
It's gonna be good. Are we gonna comment on the thing?
We are.
Or we're gonna say something?
We're going to be very clear about it being a rumor, but it's being a very well spread rumor, so there really is no...
Can I intro? Can I talk about it?
Sure.
So the most underutilized semi-villain of all time is going to be introduced into the MCU, and I'm so happy that he is a semi-villain, that he may not have to die at the end of a Marvel movie like they all do. Namor possibly could be in Black Panther 2. It is I'm going to do my best with this name, okay?
It's right up there.
Tenoch Huerta is going to be Namor. I hope I did that right. Well, I try.
I don't know for a fact that it was right, but it is good. It's better than I was going to
think Tenoch. I don't think that's... I think it's Tenoch. But that would be my guess. I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, well,
but I think I nailed that last name.
The name's up on the screen right now, so it is. Yeah. Oh, it is Latin American.
So
we know.
And I don't know any of his films because, like he said, they're all Latin American. But I'm excited for Namor. Namor's one of my favorite characters.
Some aren't, but we looked through all of his credits and we didn't find anything that we recognized. It's also just a rumor. Nothing is confirmed. It is just a rumor, but a lot of different places are breaking it down, and these are all the same places that broke Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight. So,
hopefully,
it's worth talking about.
All I need is Namor. That's all I need.
Yeah, Namor has been rumored to be in Black Panther 2 for a while.
After that throwaway line with Okoye
in throwaway lines.
Right, with Okoye in Endgame.
They've been doing throwaway lines with Atlantis for a while.
Yeah, I know, but that one is the one that really put the battery in my back of, like, I really think this is possible.
Yeah. Of course, Namor isn't going to be getting a solo film anytime soon.
Which sucks. If you're a Namor fan, that sucks. For regular Marvel fans, I can understand.
For those wondering, he's in a similar situation as Hulk, where they can use the rights.
I like him.
Where they can use the character as much as they want, but anything titled where he is the main character technically falls under distribution rights with a different company.
I did not know that.
Oh, here's another little piece of news.
Oh, stop.
James Spader has reported that he is currently under no contract with Marvel to appear in anything.
James Spader
Not James Spader. The other one. James Spader is Ultron.
I was going to say, yeah.
I want Paul Bettany. That's who I want.
Yeah.
He's not under any contract with Marvel to appear in any movies or shows in the future.
Oh.
Doesn't mean he won't be. Just means that they're not... I assume that means they're not planning to. And he's the voice of Vision. And the form of Vision.
Yeah. He's weird.
I love him.
He is a weird-looking guy.
I love him so much.
He reminds me of what aliens think we look like. Like, if an alien were to take a human form without seeing a human, they look like Paul Bettany.
I think there's been concept art of Doctor Strange has been released, which I'll just throw up on the screen. It looks cool.
I'm sure it does.
That's all I can really say about it. It looks cool. Everyone's kind of wearing what you expect them to wear. It looks like we're getting a newer Doctor Strange suit, but not very different.
Okay.
Like, it looks like his like tunic has changed a bit to have like the symbol from the comics on it.
Okay.
And this is just concept art. This isn't on-set photos or anything like that. Thor: Love and Thunder has wrapped filming.
Sick.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
It's the same team as Thor Ragnarok.
I hope it's good.
And it has the Guardians in it.
You're really worried about Spider-Man for the same reason I'm worried about Thor: Love and Thunder.
Really?
I think there's a lot going on in that film.
I think if we didn't...
As Guardians of the Galaxy and the Jane Foster storyline, I want it to be two different films. But if they're going to be in the same film, if anybody could do it right, it's that guy.
Yes, that's my thing for it, is like, he did this already with Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Like,
he did. I'm not happy about it, but he did.
I understand you wanted a bigger Planet Hulk story, and I understand that.
Just think it...
But he did
and you know what?
He made a good movie.
I'm going to redact something that I said. Another reason why I think Hulk never got a standalone film is Mark Ruffalo. Because I don't think Mark Ruffalo could carry a film by himself as Bruce Banner.
Anyway.
I like Mark Ruffalo. I had this conversation with some of our friends from the Pop Striker podcast, and they made some good points, and I think I do agree with them.
I was that when I wasn't there. I was dying.
You were busy. And they made a couple comments about Mark Ruffalo, and I was like, you know what? You guys are probably right.
Okay.
But it's because I don't like Ed Norton that I'm fine with Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, okay.
But we could have done... If we didn't have Mark Ruffalo, I think you could have actually done a Planet Hulk film. But Mark Ruffalo couldn't have done a Planet Hulk film.
Okay. I don't really have much of an opinion on that.
But I'm sure he will do a alright job with it. I don't think it'll be as good as Ragnarok. I'm going to go on record saying this now, and I'm not going to say it again. The MCU, I'll stand by this. I'll put money on this. You can clip this up, put it on your TikTok. I don't care. The MCU will make people actually enjoy Amadeus Cho's Hulk. I think they will take Amadeus Cho and put him in the MCU so we can have a Hulk figure in the MCU with She-Hulk. Because I don't think She-Hulk is going to be it. Because She-Hulk doesn't bring what Hulk brings. But I think Amadeus Cho will take that Hulk role. And I think they'll actually make people like him.
Okay.
That's my soapbox, and I'm gonna stand on it.
Okay.
They can't just be done with the Hulk.
I agree that the idea of them just being done with the Hulk seems wild, but I do think that She-Hulk is just going to be their answer for it. I don't see him going with them Amadeus Cho Hulk.
They got to do something, because like I love She-Hulk, but she doesn't bring it the way.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah,
she's jokey and forth.
And I'm not saying that Amadeus Cho brings it like that either, but they've done enough changes to characters where Amadeus Cho could be just kind of like that. I just need something. I don't need a lot. But what's the rest of our news? Is that it?
I think that's it.
Right.
The Namor stuff was like last minute. Like literally got a text about it while we were sitting here. Yeah, there should be like
two characters you want in the MCU. Go.
The problem is I'd have an answer for you, but they're happening.
Who?
It was going to be Miss Marvel.
And
it would have been like, you know what? No, I'll give you Miss Marvel, and then I would love to see Beta Ray Bill actually in the MCU.
Yeah.
Which who knows what they're going to do, considering the fact that they took his weapon's name and put it on Ultimate Mjolnir and gave it to Thor.
Yeah. But I know you don't care, but if you were to ask me the same question,
no one
cares. There's the ones that I really like, but they're cosmic, so nobody would care.
I mean, like Surfer would be cool.
Well, we'll get him in Fantastic Four eventually.
Yeah.
But
they'll do a Galactus story.
Probably. I want